Hello, hello, humans, and welcome to another stream today. It is your favorite color surfing DJ, Serjay Svek, back with another stream. And I hope that you are all doing well, whether you're watching live, whether you're watching the VOD, whether you are chatting, whether you're lurking. Please note that you are all welcome here in the Color Surfer Station, and I hope that this spectacular stream will bring more color to your day. And I would like to acknowledge the presence of Ben. Thank you very much for dropping by. How are you doing? It seems that we both came in a bit from Conquest. It's been a long and tiring time, but yes, it's good to have you here as well. I hope you are also doing well, though it is 3:33 a.m. in the Philippines. That is Sunday, June 4, 2023. That time check was brought to you by yours truly. My gosh. Hope that you are all doing well, and it's been good. It's been great. It's been something. Oh my gosh. We've been through quite a lot yesterday. It's just a lot, you know. I didn't know if I wanted to stream or if I wanted to sleep, but there was just a lot of things happening that I just wanted to, you know, let it all out, de-stress a bit, you know, just try and talk about it all. But I think for those who do notice, you might notice that I do have some changes to my model, and especially to the studio, because right now the on-air sign and the chat box have switched places. So now at least we can see more people in the chat. I no longer have my head covering the chat, so that is a plus for me. And that way, because it really bothered me for a very, very long time, I really don't like it when, you know, my model's head covers the chat. I want to make sure that everybody has a place to speak. So that's the reason for the very big change right now. And yes, Ben, that is right. That's the reason for why it felt wrong. So we just had the asset switch. That's why the on-air sign kind of looks a little bit smaller on the left side, because that was originally supposed to be on the left, so it curved a little more. But you know, we can overlook that detail. That's fine. That's fine. But at least now we have a lot more headroom. I feel a lot less guilty now in having my big head take up all this space. Cleaning your washing machine? Oh wow, yeah, that's a very good thing to hear. Go ahead and then hopefully it'll be taken care of very soon. Ben actually has an on-air sign in his room. That's very nice. You know what? We were actually talking about this with my family before, or office rather, about having a light outside of my room, so that at least if people know that I am streaming, then you know, they will not come. they will just, you know, have they will just know okay, Serjay's streaming right now, let's not try to interrupt him. So I think that's something that I should definitely look into for next time. Oh, well, anyway, it's good to see all of us here, so I hope that you were all relaxed. If you're all going to Conquest later today, I wish you all the best. I hope that the experience has improved for today, especially with all of the feedback that has been coming in. But that aside, we're gonna go ahead and just play a bit of Burger Shop 2. I'm not gonna be continuing the story right now, so I don't want to deal with the stress. So this is just gonna be a chatting stream, but I will be having Burger Shop in the background as I do my thing. So we'll go ahead and do that right now, and let's get cracking then, shall we? Okay, testing, 1, 2, 3. I want to do a double check here. Can you hear my voice over the game? Or is the game audio way too loud in comparison? Game is a bit too loud? Okay, thank you. How about now? How is the game compared to my voice? Yeah, we're trying to see. No more game? Okay, sorry. It always cuts out the audio whenever I tab out to go to OBS. That's the thing that I don't like about Steam games, you know? You have to stay on the Steam tab just to be able to check your stuff. Otherwise, the game either is static or it no longer has volume. So that's just a weird thing all in all. Alright, so hopefully it'll be clear. There will be no issues with the game. And by the way, I don't know if you noticed actually, but I no longer have what's this? I'm no longer a GIF tuber. Okay, fine. Okay, fine, you win. GIF tuber. I say that with a burning hatred. I don't want to be known as a GIF tuber. I wish it could be GIF tuber. People, okay, we're not talking about peanut butter here, everybody, okay? Even though the creator of GIF actually said it's pronounced GIF, I reject your reality. I will say it is GIF until the day I die. So anyway, I am now a static image again. So as you can see, there is that transition between two static images now. I am no longer a GIF. So Ben and I were working yesterday together, and again, shout out to Ben. Thank you very much for your help yesterday, Ben. We did quite a lot to try to figure out my issues with the game. Oh, excuse me, because I've been having a lot of game OBS crash in my previous streams. And the funny thing is, I have a lot of memory available. Memory, when I say memory, like storage space memory available. And I don't know, maybe it's just, maybe Ben, you can let me know, because I think you're better than this. But like, I guess like after a while, like after, if the computer has been there for quite some time, maybe like even if it's been working fine now, like the RAM will degrade or something like that, so it's no longer as affected as you did. But anyway, what I did is that I did a bunch of things behind the scenes, like limited digital acceleration in Opera GX, because that was a huge part in my task manager of like taking up resources and memory and stuff. And then a big sacrifice was for this VTuber, because I'm not using Fujitech for my model. I use VTuber because it's very it never seems to work. I don't know why, but all of a sudden Fujitech is no longer making my model move when I talk. So I just use VTuber. So unless someone has like any issues, or excuse me, unless someone has like any know-how for how to fix Fujitech issues like that, feel free to let me know. But for now, I'm gonna stick to VTuber, despite it being more CPU and RAM intensive. But in order to fix that issue, I decided just to use static images instead. So that meant I had to go save my GIF as a PNG and remove all of the other frames that I don't need. So I hope this stream works, because usually historically, what's this? Historically speaking, my experience with I have no idea what I'm gonna say. Yeah, I actually tried the Discord reactive images before. That's what I used to do. Oh, okay, I'll listen. Okay, but anyway, you go ahead and explain. I'll go ahead and start gaming, so at least we have something to talk about to happen while we play. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and relax at the sports bar. Welcome to the sports bar relax mode. Here you can serve food in your favorite restaurants as long as you want, without any pressure or stress. Your customers are more patient and will never leave, so take as long as you want and to serve them. Gotcha. Yes, please continue on the RAM thing while I serve my customers. Oh my gosh. But I just want to say, you know, for those of us who had to go through Conquest, that was something big and bad. I am happy though for those of you who were able to make it. It's really good. I'm really happy that a lot of you were able to meet your Oshis, especially from those of you who have traveled for a long time. I just feel pity for those of you who did, who were not able to make it because of, you know, things like a deluge of people coming in. They're not able to actually meet their Oshis just because of this. You know, you're pretty much just left on your own in this case, and for some reason. I have no idea why they decided to do that. It was a very bad call on their part, in my opinion. I was lucky. You know what? I think I made the right call yesterday because I wanted to... What's this? I wanted to stay a little longer, but actually I found out that I was getting dizzy. So, yeah. Hey Midge, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm playing Burger Shop so I can vent out my frustrations, but I'm already frustrated. I don't want to get even more frustrated and go goblin mode right now. You know, I don't want to take it out on the people. So, we're just going to have this running in the background so I have something, you know, playing, that way I can talk. I don't feel like wanting to what's this, just do a just chatting stream alone, you know. But anyway, glad to have you here. Hope you are doing well. Hi Ryan, good to have you here. Oh, follower goal has been met, 550. Thank you very much, everybody, and thank you also Ryan for being follower number 550. You know what? I should have made it to 555, just like Tuna. Oh my goodness. In short, yesterday rather, was definitely not what a lot of people expected. I just hope that, yeah, well, anyway, glad to have all of you here. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, we're just playing some games while I try to process what happened in Conquest. So, yeah, this is like what they call it, like a debriefing stream, you know what I mean? You know how sometimes at work they're like, okay, we have this big event. You have to talk about it after you're done, even though you're exhausted, even if you would like nothing more to do than just go home and sleep, but your bosses tell you, no, we need to talk about what happened at this event. Oh my goodness. My gosh. Anyway, yeah, I'm actually glad that I made it to line up, but the problem is that even if I lined up, I already went in around the afternoon, and then holy cow, there were like, the lines went like around 4 times around the front of SMX, and because of that, it was just really, really awful, I will say. I even saw like someone, from what I saw, there was like a picture of someone having heat stroke and they collapsed. That's awful for them. I really hope that they got the treatment that they needed, because that is just nothing short of a nightmare. You know what? I actually wanted to stay, but I actually felt kind of dizzy. So I felt dizzy, and then I said, okay, no, this is not working. This is not safe. We need to prioritize my safety. So better if I just, you know, go home. There will always be another calm. Yeah, 4 times around, Ben. A lot of people from Conquest said it was, what's this? Sorry if I'm missing some comments, hold on. Yeah, it was a lot better last year, but yeah, not around the whole SMX. It was just the front. It was just the front. It's a good thing that they only did it around around the front, because if it went around the back too, that would have been horrifying for people, I think. Brandflix. Nice, okay. And then, what time did I go there? I arrived around 1 p.m. And then, yeah, I decided, you know what? the line is not moving. Let's just, let's just be smart and then have some ramen at Mendocoro, which was the best part. The best part of the day was not spent in Conquest, but actually going to Mendocoro Ramen Ba. That is very, very telling of the experience if the best part of the event was not the event itself. Oh my gosh. The difficult part is the difficult part was, or I really feel bad for the foreign guests. Well, I don't think the foreign guests had any issues because, they're a priority, so I doubt they had any issues. But what I meant to say is I feel more concern for the people, the guests, not the guests, the visitors who had to come in. They had to wait in line, and they can only come in for yesterday because, well, they had to travel, so they only had like one opportunity to go, and if they're not able to line up and meet their people, then that's a royal waste of time, unfortunately, on their end. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were feeling miffed. I was feeling miffed. And you know what, I said earlier that I went home because I was feeling dizzy already. I actually feel fortunate that I did go home because I was feeling dizzy. There's like the humidity was making me dizzy, and then in hindsight it was really good because I found that there were people who collapsed. And then when you look at, because you're in SMX, right? And then you go and then you look up there on the IKEA building, you'll find that a lot of people are lining up there. And the worst part is that, there is no ventilation there. It's pretty much given up, because, there's not a lot of space. People are crammed in there. The air conditioning cannot handle the heat. This is exactly like the last time that I went to Mega Mall for a convention. It was a much smaller venue. I was able to get in a lot more easily, but the heat was absurd. Imagine having to pack in like hundreds of different people in a tiny venue, and the ventilation is already bad, but then with all the body heat available, goodness gracious. That's a lot to have to go through, man. But so, and as soon as I stepped in there, especially with my hoodie, my original Serjay Svek hoodie, I was like, nope, this is not working. I need to get out, otherwise I'm going to faint. And that was a good decision in hindsight, yes. Okay, let's take a look at some of the comments here. Mendocoro is open now. Mendocoro is open at around 10-ish in the morning. So if you go ahead and visit there, then definitely you'll be able to enjoy. Especially if you go there by yourself. They'll have an easier time seating you if you're by yourself. So anybody having plans to go to Mendocoro, I suggest you do it right after it opens, and if you're on your own. Last time, Ben says, I honestly feel bad for Akadarena since I worked for them and I heard the stress coming through my radio. Oh. Last time I saw that place, it was under construction, Mendocoro. Oh, okay. Yeah, it only opened like not too long ago. That's why it might have taken a while, but in exchange, it looks like Meraki, the Greek restaurant, was closed. So I don't know if it just stopped operations or if it's just a temporary thing. But yeah, it really do be like that sometimes. Pokimane caused a stampede on the first day. It was not on purpose. Yeah, a lot of people were really trying to get time with their biggest inspirations. So yeah, I can see why that happened. But at least Ben said it's an almost, so it's not complete, which is a relief. You know, it's in hindsight, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that. Okay, wait. Let's just put the stretch here. Yeah. Okay. In hindsight, it was a good idea to try and, you know, not force it. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. Parang kayo ni Crush. Oh my goodness, that sounds so mean. Oh my gosh. I don't know how some people are able to make it sound so natural. Yung pang mean statements na yun. Like, parang hindi kayo. Like that. You're not pumayat. Wait, what's the term? Nagpuyat ka, pero ang tanong, nagpuyat siya para sa'yo. Ayun! Oh my goodness. Ang sakit naman! Oh my gosh. And let's see here. I'm gonna stop talking about Conquest, Ben says. Kasi last year it was so good, but this year the staff just left a meet and greet. Kasi they couldn't organize and give stubs for a meet zone. It was Pokimane, Michael Reeves naman, grabe, that's a big draw. That's a big draw, so yeah. Very big fumbling. You know what the kids say these days, you know, they fumbled the bag. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it do be like that, you know. I just hope that they take, you know, a lesson from this to fix the experience. Again, I don't really feel that affected in comparison, only because, you know, I kind of expected something bad to happen. I'm kind of like a negative, cynical person in that sense. I'm like, I don't think anything good's gonna happen, and then apparently it did. So I was like, yep. The good thing about being a pessimist is that you're always going to be right. If something good happens, then you're surprised. If something bad happens, then yes, you're right. It's a win-win situation. It's not the ideal way to live, but it is a way to live. Oh my gosh. Ben said they only had 5,000 tickets last year. Now they had 30K, so it's just ballooned in size in comparison to last year. I guess people, you know, with the COVID restrictions becoming a lot looser, you know, they want to take advantage of all the people trying to get in and, you know, become part of these events. But the problem is, you know, we're still in the middle of a pandemic, whether you like it or not. So you still have to place your safety at the topmost. So I really hope that we don't get posts on Twitter about people getting sick from this. Knock on wood. I think it's also, not only was it because like it was commercialized, but also just because, you know, they tried to cram in all of these famous people into one location all of a sudden, you know? It's like you've got a majority of offline TV there. You've got voice actors and actresses from Genshin, whole bunch of things happening. You know, if they could have like spread it out throughout the year, then that would have probably made things a lot easier for everyone. You know, given them equal chance to come in, because if you dump everything into one venue all at once, then it ain't gonna be good. But again, well, I really hope that things improve for next year. It's very sad to see a lot of people, you know, sharing posts that they were not able to make it, and I feel for them. So this is more for them not being able to enjoy their time, especially if they traveled far from like the provinces. Why do you want to have raw onions on your plate? My goodness, clown, get out. Oh my goodness. I'm just glad that the month of May is finally done. That way I can finally take a break and then finally get back to the gym. I haven't been able to go to the gym on a regular basis because of things happening in the month of May, but now I'll finally be able to do it again. My gosh, that was just so stressful. But, you know, it do be like that sometimes. We're halfway through 2023, baby. Let's go. We'll find out what else we have in store, but I think my biggest lesson of yesterday's events is that if ever there's like another convention, I'm probably not gonna be within the venue. I'm probably not gonna be in Team Labas. Just find me in IKEA. Just look for me in IKEA and I'll be more than happy to meet you there. Come find me within the maze of the furniture. We shall do battle. Oh my gosh. IKEA! You know, it'll finally be time for me to actually taste the lunch menu of IKEA because I've never done that before. I've only ever tried like the takeout menu where they just have, what's this? The meatballs and then the hot dogs and then that's it. I've never had the one where you can order like the broccoli, the meatballs with mashed potatoes, and then there's salmon and broccoli and cake. I haven't had that chance to try it because every single time I do, it's already full there, so I don't have the opportunity to do so. So at least, you know, my time could be better spent trying to go in there. You know what? But actually, I know that in July, there is another convention in SMX, ToyCon. Maybe I might go there? I don't know. Tickets, I am not sure. But at least if I want to go ahead and meet people, then probably I'll be more than willing to do that in comparison. So, those are the plans. ToyCon, everybody. I hope so. I don't know if I'm going to be like hanging out at the event itself. You know, yesterday's events have like kind of put off conventions for me. It's like, oh boy, I don't think I want to do this. But yeah, again, I'm not discouraging the possibility of me going there. It's just that, you know, I will probably not make it a priority to go inside SMX. So I'll just be within the venue so that I'll be able to see people outside. You can find me in Mendokoro Ramen Ba. Oh my goodness. If you want to find me in Mendokoro Ramen Ba. And by then, I probably will have like merch. I'll be brave enough to have merch. My goodness. So, brave enough to have merch like stickers, maybe an acrylic standee, maybe a body pillow. I don't know. If there is a market for that for some reason, I don't know. Maybe for some weird reason. I don't know. We'll find out. I swear to God, if there really is a demand for that, I would be shocked. I would be flattered, but shocked, but flattered, yes. Not flattened, definitely, but flattered. Okay, cerealicious. Okay. Nuts, okay. So for today, we're just gonna take it slow. Hopefully there will be no issues with the lag at all. Yeah, I think we're doing a lot better now compared to before when it comes to the thing. Because I'll tell you what, Ben, I'm looking at my CPU usage on OBS, and there is, before, we reached like 20% CPU usage when I was streaming. And that's with all of the stuff happening in Opera, all of the tabs open in the background, and then there's also, what's this? There's also my VTuber model. So now we're using a PNG. Again, so now we are currently at 2.3 CPU usage. So I think that is a vast improvement in comparison. Yeah, for those of you who are expecting a little more rage, my apologies. I'm trying to like keep it low. How much RAM though? I do not know. Let's open Task Manager. and find out. We're currently, wow, we're at 81%. CPU is at 78%, memory is at 81%. Earlier, we were at like around 96 or 98 something. So I guess that maybe that helps. I mean, I think that's a huge improvement compared to earlier. You know what? I was actually thinking about this, you know, about what if I do a donathon or something like that, and then I ask for like extra RAM. I don't know. I just feel very hesitant, you know, to ask for things like that. Like, you know, like it's the attitude that I have. It's like, you know, do you really deserve it, Serjay? Are you that big enough? You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just this attitude. It's like, you know, like no, don't give it to me. You know, I don't deserve it. I'm not a big enough creator. Oh my gosh. But I heard, yeah, like even just like 16, because for those who are not aware, I only have 8 gigabytes of RAM. So if we have 16, maybe even just 16 would make a world of a difference. So probably I'll give that a try. I'll probably give that a try. I don't know how much those things cost, so you'll have to explain that part to me, Ben. I remember whenever I hear about like RAM sizes and like laptop capabilities, I will never forget that episode of Friends many years ago when they were talking about like, you know, 8, not even like 1 gigabyte of RAM. 1 gigabyte of RAM, I'm gonna use it to play video games. You know, back in the day when the processing power didn't need to be that high, and then you could get away with video games that were just like, I don't know, like less than a gigabyte's worth of size. Those were very interesting times that we lived in back in the day. Okay, let's do this. Plate for you. Toasty for you. Purple Place. No, I don't remember Purple Place. Maybe that was one of the games that I never got the chance to play when I was younger. You know, I'll let you in on a little secret. I lived for most of my high school days. I still used Windows 95. That's how ancient my setup was. That I never stayed at home and used my computer, even for my high school thesis. I used Windows 95 for almost all of my high school life, and then it was only during my final year of high school that I finally moved up to Windows XP. It was positively ancient. My goodness. But yeah, let me know in the chat. Is anybody still planning to go to Conquest Day 3 later? Ben says, all you need is one more 8 gigabyte stick. I'll donate you a whole stick and ship it. Oh my goodness. That would be very, very nice, Ben. If you choose to do so, no pressure. But if you choose to do so, then wow. Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and take care of this here. And we'll go ahead and get some drinks ready then, shall we? At the shall we? Nice. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just feeling a little tired. Vanilla sundae with a cherry and ketchup. I've long stopped trying to ask questions about people's questionable choices in this game. But, you know, you do you, fam. If that's what makes you happy, then fine. We'll let you do it. I don't care anymore. I have gone past the point of caring. Vanilla ice cream with ketchup, yes. With a cherry on top. Imagine that. Again, you know, in terms of taste, the customer is always right, even if objectively they are wrong. You know, we are not supposed to question the tastes of our customers. If they want to have ketchup with their soda, then you do you, fam. Whatever makes you happy. We don't have a lot of time in this world, so we might as well just make the customers happy. Is the ketchup for the fries or you'll dip it? No, I don't know. The sundae has ketchup on it, Ben. So they're probably gonna they're probably gonna eat nothing but ketchup on top of it. It's not even like a caramel sundae, it's a ketchup sundae. My gosh. Oh, these people, in terms of taste. In terms of taste, the customer is king. That is the full quote. Okay, so it's not always the customer is always right. It is, in terms of taste, the customer is always right. So I'm not gonna judge you if you want to wear something like super bad. If you want to buy like an ugly piece of clothing or something, in my opinion, I say it's ugly because, well, that's what makes you happy. So that's the source of that quote, the complete quote. Nice. Okay, yeah, I forgot to put ketchup on that last one. My mistake, sir. My mistake. It was a sincere mistake, you know. My gosh. You know, it's really good that we're playing in relax mode. I don't want to deal with the stress of having to deal with customers. Have it your way, you rule. Yes. I'm so sorry, I'm not familiar with the BK theme. I only know BDK. Donkey Kong. Yeah, there we go. Oh my goodness. Wow. We'll see how it goes in the future. We're gonna see what the future has in store for all of us, especially when it comes to conventions. That's what I was saying yesterday, is that, you know, if you want to meet up, let's not meet up in a convention. Let's meet up somewhere else. Oh my goodness. I do want to meet up with more people, but you know, yesterday's experience and cosplay matsuris has kind of like soured my soured my expectations of going to a convention. So feel free to hit me up if you want to do it somewhere else instead. My gosh. Nice. Wanna go to BGC party? Why are you not letting me put sprinkles? There we go. Get out. Put a cherry on top. You may leave. You have been freed. Freed from the shackles of this restaurant. Yes, indeed. But yeah, the next one is gonna be ToyCon. I'm just gonna see if tickets are still available, and hopefully they are cheap. They are cheap. So I might be able to go. I don't know. We'll see how that turns out. Again, I may, you know what? That's the funny thing, because I was like, I was actually thinking, oh no, I'm not feeling well. I gave myself a headache again. I keep telling people that one of my biggest problems is that when a big event comes, like a convention, I often give myself a headache because I can't sleep. I am so excited by the event that I forget to sleep. So because of that, I miss out on a lot of big events. But you know what? I decided, you know what? Let's go ahead and take. Even if I feel dizzy, I'll just take some medicine, and then we'll just go. We'll power through. We'll power through with that. But you know what? I did nothing but spend time in the lining up simulator yesterday. My gosh, humid is. I hate humid. Okay, dry heat is infinitely more preferable than humid. My goodness, but you know. Even though it was humid yesterday, at least there was a breeze. I cannot imagine, again, those people who lined up at the IKEA side, and then the air conditioning could not handle all that body heat anymore. It just... I went in there when I was about to go home. It just felt like an oven in there. Goodness gracious. They really should be a lot more prepared when it comes to things like this, especially in big events like this. You know, people are really looking forward to this, so hopefully they do a lot better in the future. I do hope I'm not coming off as like way too ranty. You know, I don't really do this a lot, but I try to voice out complaints in as reasonable a manner as I can. I didn't want to say way too much on Twitter because I didn't want to like contribute to like all of this stuff happening. But you know, it's understandable that people just need a place to vent. So hopefully when we're done, we'll be able to get this out of our systems. And then when we wake up, or when they wake up later, because I'm already awake, I can't do anything about that. But when they wake up later, they'll feel a lot better about everything. Look at all that bread. Look at all that bread. Oh my goodness. Carbohydrate overload. My goodness. Nice. Why did I put cheese on a plate? My goodness. Nice. Get a load of all that bread. Yes. Yes, Ben, it is. All that bread. Get that bread. Okay. Let's put you here. And then olive pizza for you. Good job. I'm very happy that you are happy. Yes, indeed. We go ahead and do that. Frozen peas on a plate. Frozen peas and carrots on a plate. My gosh. This stream captivates my ADHD. I have a game to watch, you to listen, and me to chat in chat. So Ben is doing like the ultimate multitasking, in short. Well, I'm very glad that this stream is doing its job for you, Ben. Okay, very glad to have you here early in the morning. Okay, let's go ahead and have some... Put you back. You were rejected. Oh my goodness. Nice. Lasagna. You know what they say? Why lasagna is so tasty? Because ang sarap ng lasa niya. Yeah! Okay, anyway. Someone help me. This is like those TikTok videos that have random shower thoughts while race cars drive or something. I've been thinking about my shower thought. My gosh. Yeah! Wow. My goodness. But anyway, we'll just continue. My gosh. If none of you have lost your sanity yet, then I hope that I appreciate your patience. Oh my goodness gracious. if you want to go ahead and talk about, you know, the other stuff that we do online, offline, and for everyone who is watching, if you also want to see the thread of my of what I went through in Conquest yesterday, then you can also check out my Twitter and the Color Surfer Station Discord server. So feel free to go ahead and check it out. And if you're not really into those topics, that's fine. We talk a lot about food on my server. It is the lifeblood of my server. Food. I don't think people will be opposed to talking a lot about food at all. So, yes. Yeah, this reminds me of what happened earlier, is that, you know what, right before I went home, I decided to have like a cup of coffee at Single Origin, and then I realized, yes, no matter how bad the day was, so long as I have coffee, everything will be right in the world. So I think in some way we were able to have, like, you know, a better ending to this. We were all, according to Ben Showerthought, we were all once the world record holder of the world's youngest human in the world. You know what? That actually makes you think, doesn't it? I guess that's an achievement in something. That's an achievement in something. My goodness. Oh yes, for those of you who have not yet done so, feel free to go ahead and enter !color. So you can find out your color fortune of the day. Oh, yellow today, huh? A sunny day. Sunny day, right on a Sunday, indeed. Very appropriate, very timely. Nuts! I got the wrong cereal. Anyway. 3 sausage patties and 3 sausages. Bro, the sodium in all of this is gonna be so much. My gosh. Jealous? Ben says. Jealous? Ah, kasi jealous siya sa akin. Ay! Oh my goodness, Ben ang aga. My gosh, ang daming hugot. That's the kind of behavior we like to encourage here. If you like puns, if you like all the trendy hugot that these kids like to make nowadays, you'll find a place here in the Color Surfer Station. My gosh. We try to make people cringe, not at like very bad things, but because of weird bad puns. You need to be able to speak the way of the pun to understand the true magic of wordplay. My goodness. Cheese. Oh, shucks. Nuts. If James Bond is the world's most famous spy, isn't he the worst spy? Yes, actually, that was discussed, I think, before. If people know James Bond is a spy, and he's not even in the books, the only thing he has is like a name, like a separate name and a company that he's hiding under. But people still know in the end that he's James Bond because he really can't hide it, you know. And he's just bad at his job, I guess. At least in the secrecy part of the job. In doing the actual spy work, it's fine. And did you know that, yes, James Bond was actually originally came from books. So, yeah, Ian Fleming wrote the books, and then it was a big thing. It's just a product of its time. So if you look back at it, I read the books, and then I'm reading the books, and then holy cow, that's a lot of things that would definitely not fly in today's world, which is a good thing too, because, you know, we have changed step by step for the better. Goodness gracious, all the casual racism and sexism in those books, it definitely was like a product of the 1950s when it was written. My gosh. Ben says, Your first birthday is technically your second one. Yeah, I see what you're talking about there. That's a very good one. That's why I always wondered, like, you know, why is it that we don't say our first birthday? You know, like when we are born, isn't that technically our first birthday already? So shouldn't we celebrate it like that? My goodness. You know, big brain. Just add 1 year. But imagine the confusion to people who were like born in like 1990, 2000, or 2010, because it's like, it's so easy. All you gotta do is just add, let's say, if you're born in 1990, you just have to add 10 years to the current year, and that's my age. Now they have to add 1 more year. So it's like the perfect symmetry has been destroyed because of this. My gosh. Nice. How is the stream so far? Is it going smoothly? Just doing a double check here. Very smooth? Okay, good. Thank you, Ben. You know what? I'm gonna say something right now. The only thing that I actually, even though Jollibee is also known for like its burgers and stuff, the only thing that I like about McDonald's is their burgers. I don't like anything else there. Their spaghetti, I'm not a fan of. Their chicken, I'm not a fan of. It's only the burgers that I'm a fan of. And I'm no longer feel happy when I have like a regular single patty cheeseburger at McDo. It needs to be double cheeseburger now. We have evolved into a greater being that demands more patties. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they actually, you know, the thing that makes McDo better is that they actually have better quality ice cream, in my opinion. Their Coke floats are a lot better, and their sundaes are a lot better in comparison because of the quality of their ice cream. I am not amused by Jollibee's take on their ice cream, you know? I'm sorry to all of those who love Jollibee ice cream, but it's true. Do not deny me for speaking the truth. The gospel truth that Jollibee ice cream is not worth it. You know it in your heart. Oh my goodness. Nice. Okay. Let's see. I just wish, this is one wish of mine, if only they would make, what's this? If only they would make the Twister fries a permanent fixture, then definitely I think a lot more people would enjoy it. But the thing is, they really have to hype up that it only is available once in a while. So I get where they're coming from, but it's like, my gosh. At exactly one year, 1 point in our lives, we were exactly pi years old. You know what? That makes me think, Ben, when I used to play like Lego, they would always put like the half on the age. So it's like, it's only good for kids 3.5 years old. And younger Serjay was like, wait, are you counting the half in your age? I thought it was only supposed to be year, not half. Where'd the half come from? Oh my goodness. But you have to feel pity for the people who are like 99 years old. No, not even 99 years old, 100 years old, because the joke is that Lego is good for kids, let's say 3 to 99 years old. So if you're 100 years old, tough luck, you're not allowed to play Lego anymore. We don't make the rules. The Lego company makes the rules. You're no longer eligible for Lego. I'm sorry. It has to be this way. My goodness. Oh, sorry. Skill issue. Sir, you ordered 2 burgers. My goodness. That's gonna be a lot of cholesterol on you. You might as well just go to Angel's. You get your buy one, take one, at least for a lot cheaper. My goodness. Angel burger. You know, I actually feel like I wanna go to the gym in a bit. So we're not gonna be staying way too long here. This is just like me trying to get all of my thoughts in order. You know, just try to get this out of my systems. And it would have been better, yes, if I, like, you know, talked about it privately, but, you know, sometimes you just gotta air out how you feel. And for those of you who are very patient in how I was talking about this, I thank you. Normally, this is not something that I talk about, you know, my grievances for a certain, you know, for certain bad things. So if you were not that bothered by it, I'm very thankful for your patience. You know, it's not always sunshine and rainbows in life. So, you know, sometimes we just have to voice out our concerns. But as long as we don't, like, make a very big deal about it, then I guess that's okay. That's acceptable. 2 steaks. Put some barbecue sauce on that. Yeah, let's go. Nice. Olives. That's good. You know what they say about olives? Olives are the thing that really want to stay alive. You know why? I'll live. It's really confident that it will always stay alive. You know why? Because it keeps saying, I'll live. My goodness. Garnish, and then we get a muffin. Yes, where's the muffin? There we go. Put it on a plate and get out. Thank you. 3 salad bowls. Healthy children. That's what we like to see. As someone who was formerly a picky eater, your parents must probably love you. Probably. Oh my gosh. So mean, Serjay. Mean to the children who probably didn't even deserve it. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they do. I don't know. Steak on a plate, lasagna on a plate. Let's go. Get out. You may leave my restaurant. Yes, in hindsight, we're very lucky that blinking does not make a noise. Imagine if we made noise whenever we blinked. That would be the weirdest thing in the world. My gosh. Flip, flap, 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 flap. Wow, carb overload, my goodness. Cheese macaroni with a muffin? My goodness. I will not judge, but I will judge. Serjay, the most judgmental cook in all of the city. My gosh. Nice. Blueberries on a red velvet cake. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it, baby? Whew. Okay, let's get this done. Nuts! Okay, we have to throw this away. It was not meant to be. Just because I put like a muffin on it, it's instantly evil. It is no longer acceptable. So just because I put a muffin on it, it is no longer acceptable. It is no longer valid. Oh my gosh, just one tiny mistake. Just remove the muffin, man. Remove the muffin, man. Who lives on Drury Lane? Cancel that guy. Oh my goodness, just for one mistake. Pwede naman magkamali, di ba? We can all make mistakes. We all believe in the power of forgiveness, so forgive me. Especially since it's on a Sunday, my goodness. Ah, there it is. Goblin mode Serjay is beginning to make his appearance. Say hello to the class, everyone. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then we'll take you and put you here. Nice. And then we'll put you on a plate so you can get out. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. Tell your sister she needs to go to bed. It's 3 a.m. It's 4 a.m. 4:30. My goodness. It's not good. That's bad for your health to listen to deranged streamers like me early in the morning. My goodness. Okay, and then put some bread here. Good job. Okay, now we move on to this one. We all be a little crazy early in the morning, you know what I mean? It do be like that sometimes. It do be. It do be. What is this? Oh, it's just jam and butter on a plate. Okay. Jam and butter on a plate. Who knew that could be fine cuisine? My gosh. Okay, Serjay, stop judging your customers. Just serve the dang orders. Nothing like an Oya Oya in the morning? Okay, well, we'll go ahead and do that then for you, Ben. Oya Oya. There we go. Oh yeah! Nice. I could use some coffee right about now. I kept saying that, you know, black coffee is a lot better in terms of serving your coffee. So if you're not a fan of black coffee, give it a try. Although to be fair, it took me maybe a bunch of months to actually be used to the taste of black coffee, because it was only used to 3-in-1. But the pandemic forced me to try and be more open, because you know you're not able to go to the gym, you're not able to exercise because of the lockdowns, so you have to be a lot more resourceful and a lot less demanding of sweets and stuff. My gosh, there we go. And then put some milky here. Yes, yes, you like to see it. You like to see it. If I say something dumb and my friend says, think twice next time, I'd reply, think twice? I didn't even think once. Ooh, let's go. Yeah, no thinking time. We don't think. And that's not necessarily a good thing either. You gotta think sometimes. You can't just go through life without thinking. And then someone in my chat's gonna say, try me. Is that a challenge, Serjay? Skill issue. I'll go through life without thinking. I say, okay, you do you, fam. Whatever makes you happy. My gosh. Nuts, I shouldn't have put an egg. Nice. Okay. You gotta put some lotion for that burn, you know what I'm saying? Mimes! I hate mimes. My goodness. There's nothing worse than a mime. I have grown to hate mimes because of this game. I want to know if anyone can look for me in the chat, but are you familiar with Overcooked? I know I have it available on the Nintendo Switch, but the thing is, I don't know if it is cross-play compatible, so that, you know, if ever we choose to play, I can play on the Nintendo Switch version, so we can cause less strain on my system. So if someone in the chat can check for me, I would greatly appreciate it. No one has ever been in a fully empty room. You know what? That's a very true statement right there. That is wisdom incarnate. Yes. That way I could play with my community. You know what? That is... like Fall Guys. I am so grateful that Fall Guys... it's available also on the Switch. I can actually play it and then do crossplay. Yeah, Overcooked 2. Overcooked 2. So that way, at least I could put less strain on my CPU because I'm playing it on my Switch instead. So if Overcooked 2 is able to do that, then I think that's a very good thing. We have a future possible collab game that we could do. Yes. You know, sometimes I kind of find it difficult to figure out like what games I could play with my community, but it looks like Overcooked might be one of those games. So the plan, I think, you know, for Saturdays, what I could do is that I could play, you know, all these off, you know, non-super popular trending games. Like Burger Shop is definitely not trending right now, but, you know, if it's crossplay, then I can definitely play with my community. I know Plate Up is a lot more accessible. I think it's like a Steam version only, I don't know. But if it is, then we'll see if it can run. Kind of like not Fall Guys. Gang Beasts. I've been trying to play Gang Beasts many times because I'm part of the monthly Partagulan. But unfortunately, I'm not able to maximize my time. I'm not able to stream because, unfortunately, Gang Beasts like takes up a ton of my CPU. But maybe if we try, what's this? Using this new setup that I have with the less CPU intensive resources, then maybe it can change and I can finally stream myself playing Gang Beasts. So we'll see. We'll see if this is the magic number. My gosh. Nice. Do you have Plate Up? No, I've never downloaded Plate Up. I'm thinking I could. I'll just have to test it out if it's actually not gonna wreck my laptop. But you know, maybe I'll give it a try. But the first things first, I'll try to finish Burger Shop 2. But then again, maybe I don't really need to like finish the story. I just want to have something to quote unquote relaxing to play, even though Burger Shop is definitely not relaxing to play. Oh my goodness gracious. Whoever said games like Burger Shop or Diner Dash are casual games, you're a flippin' liar, okay? I will not mince my words. You are a liar because just because you think that it's easy. No, it's not. It's not. My gosh. Oh, 16 gigabytes recommended. Well, we're probably not going to be playing Plate Up on stream then. Oh my goodness. Definitely not. I think that's also the reason why I can't play Gang Beasts on stream. Maybe it's like 16 gigabyte as well. Grabe naman, ang demanding naman ng mga laro ngayon ah. Dati, kaya naman hindi naman malakas na CPU ah. ang demanding naman para siya. Oh my goodness. My hugot is not flying as well as I thought it would. Early in the morning. Early in the morning. Oh my gosh. So I think we'll stop it here for now. I want to go ahead and try something. I want to go ahead and maybe go to the gym or something like that. So if anyone has enough games, if anyone has any enough points to be able to redeem, then feel free to go ahead and redeem, and then let me know who you want me to raid for today. Because if not, I'll go ahead and look for someone that I think we can raid. I'll just start looking, and then if you find anybody, let me know, and then I'll go ahead and accommodate you. Okay, menu. They even have a jukebox here, actually. I find this very amusing. You could click. Why is this song not available? Yes. Keep all the songs available. Yes. Ninja versus Burger Bot. None from you? Okay, I'll go ahead and pick someone that we can raid. Let's just see if they're available right about now. So, just a second. Let me just see if they're available. Okay, so I think we can go. Let's go ahead and raid It's Me Milim and show them some Serjavian Nation love. Okay. So there is the raid message, and here is my. We're gonna go ahead and raid them now. So again, thank you once again, everybody, for being part of today's Gorilla stream. I feel a lot better being able to talk it out with all of you. But we'll be resuming our normal stream programming tonight. So at 10 p.m. tonight, Philippine time, I will continue playing The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. So thanks once again, everyone, for your time. I hope that this stream was still able to bring more color to your day, and I hope that you take care. Oh, disabled raids? Oh no! Okay, well, we're not gonna go there. We're gonna go to my other friend. I'm sorry if you that was a bamboozle on my part. So we're gonna go ahead and raid Husk. They're playing Elden Ring right now. So I think he's about to finish the Elden Ring story, so spoilers up ahead. But I want to give him support because this has been a long journey coming. So let's go ahead and raid Husk. Again, thank you very much for your time, everybody. I hope that you take care, always stay safe, and keep the world turning, okay? Bye now!